Hello everybody, welcome to this new episode of Song Surgery, which is a series that I kind of started during lockdown when all of this streaming thing kicked off and I started to get involved with it, and where basically I break down different songs, different pieces of music, different compositions, and I've always done older tracks that are established and obviously lost a lot of hard drives over the years and whatnot. And so I thought, why not start doing some of the new ones, do the more current ones? So this is what we're going to do today. And some of you have noticed possibly that I've put two guitar instrumentals online in the last month or two, the Lonely Tango and Kentish Town, named after a North London place that I used to live many years ago. Reminiscings, yes. So anyway, we have the track here, and there isn't a great deal to it. I was listening to this last night. There isn't a great deal to it, but we'll go through it anyway. The next one, the Lonely Tango's got a bit more to it, but it's very sparse, and I like sparse. And the guitar in the front is what kind of is the focal point of it. So the backing, there isn't a huge amount going on in the backing. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got. So first of all, I guess we'll start with the drums. Now, this is my brother playing the drums. He's using a Roland V kit. I think it's a KV27, if I'm not mistaken. And he's triggering this software, Superior Drummer 3. Right, first of all, you'll notice that there's no kick drum there. Well, that's because I'm using the kick drum from a different piece of software. That software is called Slate. So if you look at this software, you've got a whole drum kit with no kick. And if you look at this software, you've got a kick with no drum kit. Superior Drummer 3 is fantastic. It really is. But there's something about the kick drums in Slate that I really like. So let's start with Superior 3. So this is my brother, and how this evolved was my brother sits at home and he plays and he sends me MIDI files and says this, and do some of this, and I write something to it. Okay, so there's the basic drums. So look at this isolated kick drum, you see? I like that kick drum. It's got weight. It's got weight and punch. Beautifully recorded samples. And we've got some processing on that, which I can't go into at the moment because I've got it switched off for the sake of saving the processor. But basically a little bit of compression, a little bit of EQ, and some ambience, and I think a tape simulator as well, a TIAC or an Ampex tape simulator. Okay, so then we have bass guitar. So just have a look, a dead simple, So I'm using Waves, Renaissance EQ, pull out all of the low end, all of the low end's gone, boosted a little bit around 80, 100, something like that, pulled out a little bit around 152, something like that, and then take all the top end off because there's nothing happening above that. So I'm using the graphite bass amp from Acoustics Audio, which is just a lovely, lovely thing. . 'Cause, 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 ' So it says here, German Dynamic 421. I think we can assume that that's a Sennheiser 421. And an American Ribbon 10. Not sure what that might be. So be possibly tell us. And I believe it's a 8x10 cab. So let's hear the drums with the bass, so you get the idea of how that sounds together. I just want to say that the way drum programming compared to how it was when I started has progressed is absolutely staggering. I mean, as I think some of you may already know, you know, when I was playing a drum machine, you basically had one sound, and if you hit the pad soft or if you hit the pad hard, you'd get the same sound, just quieter or louder, da, 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 like that. But what they do with this software is the sample the snare drum, I think 25 times. So you've got 25. As you get louder playing the drum, you're actually going through different samples. It's not just one sample getting louder. So it has this really realistic effect. And if you listen to the ghost notes that Dave's playing there, yeah. You would have, you know, so to do that with the hi-hats, I think the Native Instruments pianos, every key is sampled 30 times. I mean, you know, bing, and hold it for until it dies out, 30 times each key. That's incredible, you know. So you get a really realistic drum sound. When you play them hard and fast and play metal, I think it's where they fall down. But especially in Superior 3, the sensitivity and the gentle performances really, really work. So then we've got the acoustics. Now, I believe this is the Avalon acoustic. I recorded these parts a while ago. It sounds like the Avalon. It is the Avalon. These are chords that I was messing about with for 30 years, 25 years. So let's have a look at what's going on there. SSL channel strip, using a bit of compression, bit of EQ, and I'm using, which reverb did I use on this? Ooh, let's remember, what reverb did you use on this, Paul? Oh, the Silver, okay. This is the Acoustica Audio Silver reverb, and it's great. It's great. It's based on the, which one is it based on now? Lexicon, I think. It's based on the Lexicon. And this plugin's beautiful. The Acoustica Audio stuff is big. It takes up a lot of processing power. So you can't track with the Acoustica Audios. Not really. You put them on when you're mixing, you know. Otherwise it clogs up your processor. So, you know, not a lot going on with the acoustics. Same thing, the sound of the guitar is what has to come through. So I've got the SSL channel strip with a little bit of reverb, it's all it needs. So let's listen to the drums and the bass and the acoustic guitars. Sounds very 1970s, which is what I like. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we have a pad. Pad joins us for the first major change of the song. Yeah. An interesting thing to do here is if you see these sticks standing up. These are the velocity of how hard I hit the keys, and once I've put, you see they're all the same colour. So if I push that up there, you see these have gone much more red to indicate that they've been hit harder. And you go down there, they go like pale blue to indicate that they've been hit softer. And with a pad, I think you need to keep them as level as you possibly can so the whole chord is there. You don't want to play one note soft because you won't hear it, so you need all of those notes to be the same level to hear the full harmony, A minor detail, but an important one nonetheless. Okay, let's go to the guitar. This is going to be a quick one, I tell you, but it doesn't matter. It's all right. So here's the guitar. I am using Amplitude 5 Max. Very straightforward sound. I have the X noise plug-in there disabled. I'll explain that to you in a moment, or it'll explain itself to you in a moment. So basically, kind of a Fender twin, 50s, 60s Fender. Compressor, overscream, just a little bit. These are all off. I could remove those. They make no difference at all. They've got nothing going on there. They can go. Okay, so compressor, overscream, Fender twin, 410 Fender cabinet. I know that's a picture of an amp, but it is actually just a Fender cabinet, 410. Effects. I have the Fender compressor. Now this is the rack version, not the floor pedal version. And so I've got fast attack, slow release, so you get this bloom on the long notes. It opens up. That's going into the delay, which goes into the reverb. Look at the amount of reverb I've got going on here. And then I've got the shimmer reverb, which is huge. Now, the compression is at the beginning of the chain. So I'm putting delay and reverb on the compressed signal. I don't want to compress the delays and the reverbs. That'll sound poor. It'll sound unnatural. So, right. Let's listen to the guitar. LSL Strat, Lola pickups, end of story. You hear that buzz? If I take the effects off, you're going to be shocked. You might never ever listen to my music ever again. This is how it sounds without the delays and the reverbs. What a disappointment. Bit like that bloke out of U2. Take his effects away from him. He's got nothing. Yeah, how long that reverb is. It's long. And, that's actually it. That's actually it. That's all there is to this track. Drums, bass, acoustic guitar, a little bit of a synth pad, and a lead guitar. And one tiny, see this little pink segment here? This is like a really ambient piano. That's the entire piano for the whole track. So So what we can do is we can listen to the entire track if you wish. Would you like to listen to the entire track? Or why not just watch the YouTube video of the entire track? I'll link it below, or you'll find it. If you're watching this, you've probably already seen it. So the idea is just to bring you all up to speed. I've done this acoustic album called Heaton, which is ready. It's finished. It's 100% finished. And I got the artwork from my friend, and I got the mastered audio from another friend, and I'm going to go and get them pressed. I'm going to get 100 CDs pressed, closed for Christmas. Oh. So I could have gone to some other places, but it's a financial thing. So we will be pressing the Heaton CD, and we'll be sending out to the pre-ordered. And when that goes up, I've got this new album. I've got another new album here, which is going to be called A Holiday of a Lifetime, which will feature a lot of these tracks. Yes, they're on YouTube, so you've already heard them. But if you buy a CD, it kind of helps me do this. I'm not doing this for the money. Obviously, if I was doing this for the money, I would have stopped years ago. So, yeah. We might as well have a listen to it. Let's have a listen. As soon as I've finished this, I'm going to stop the cameras and the digital recorder, and I'm going to open up the Lonely Tango, and I'm going to do the Lonely Tango straight away. So I'll have 2 videos to edit. So if you enjoy this one, stick around for the next one. It's coming very shortly. So let's have a listen to the track, shall we? Let's have a listen to the track, shall we? All the best. Thanks very much. See you soon.